What are the big trends you're seeing that are positive for consumers?
Well, the first one is that people grew up buying textbooks and everything else on Amazon, and they just expect the internet to be a resource for them as they buy a home. They expect that process to be much better than it probably is, which obviously benefits Redfin. I think it's also interesting that there's just a new generation of people who don't care about what other folks used to care about. It's this push-button economy or on-demand economy generation where they don't care about a garage because they're going to use Uber. They don't need a kitchen because they're going to use Munchery. Just every service that's provided to them causes them to place a premium on being in a city so that they have smaller square footage, fewer amenities, and just have someone else provide them. So that's interesting to me. I think it's favoring density, and it's going to change the face of the city. Usually 3 or 4 years into a real estate boom, as we are now, you start seeing folks jumping the bridge, going over 520 or I-90 to the east side for more space. And one reason millennials don't want to do that is they like all the services that are available downtown in a really dense place. The future is just happening here first. The thing that I worry about with Seattle, which I can really speak from experience about, is that it will lose its middle-class soul. I was just shocked when I came here from San Francisco that I'd go to a restaurant and there would be teachers and firefighters and policemen and all sorts of other folks who aren't in technology. Just that Boeing and Weyerhaeuser were here and that Costco was here was really interesting to me. I was used to a world where every single person in a restaurant and a coffee shop out on the street was in tech, and we're all mostly white. And I just thought the diversity of this city economically was really interesting. And now what's happening is Silicon Valley is happening everywhere. There's going to be 25 Silicon Valleys in the next 10 years. And I don't know if it's because of GitHub and Slack and all the other technologies that really allow teams to collaborate at a distance. You know, Galvanize would be an example, and all the other meetup spaces. But you know, 13% of our Portland business is coming from people who started their search in the Bay Area, and about a third of it wasn't, or it was only like 3 or 4% a year ago. So suddenly the dam has broken, people are leaving the valley and they're coming elsewhere. And I just hope that Seattle and other cities don't put their head in the sand the way San Francisco did. You know, San Francisco is a very progressive city, and it just decided that all development was evil, and that it's this jewel of a city. We want to preserve its character. And so they just didn't build anything. And it became this vast science experiment about how high home prices could go. And they didn't preserve anything. All the bohemians, all the folks who live in the Mission have left. And it's just tech wall to wall. And that is not a good city. That is not what makes cities great. And I just really want Seattle and Austin and Denver and Boulder and Boston and all these other cities to think about how we just plan for the inevitable, which is good. That there's going to be amazing wealth that comes to these other cities because of technology employment. This oasis that existed only in San Francisco and the Valley is going to happen elsewhere. But we can do it better than those other cities, or than Silicon Valley and San Francisco. I really think we can. And that's the most important thing to me right now. You know, we're having this big debate at Redfin about whether we want to take a position on the right way for a city to grow and the wrong way for a city to grow. And I think we probably will take a position, because I just can't bear to see Seattle go the wrong way.